Hi there, I'm Wanda Wen. Welcome to the Sulip Fix. Today, we're going to make this self-inquiry oracle. And if you were watching my last episode, this will enhance that journaling experience. So, what is a self-inquiry oracle? Well, I'll show you. All right. So, we're going to need a square piece of paper. So, how to make a square piece of paper out of a rectangle? Super easy. All you do is fold one corner in to the edge, all right? I'm gonna use my bone folder just to give a sharper crease, okay? So then wherever this edge is, I'm gonna fold it. I'm gonna fold here. You could certainly use scissors, but many times if I'm somewhere and I don't have a pair of scissors, you just use your eyes and your hands and you can make a perfect square without a ruler or a scissor, all right? So I'm just going to fold this back on itself just to break up the fibers. This is a handmade paper that I have from the ARPA paper mill in Spain. It's got a nice hand to it. So where I've sort of folded the paper back and forth, it loosens the fibers and it makes it easy to tear. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this aside. I'm definitely not gonna throw this away because all the things I could make with this are endless. That's actually how Sulip started, is I've been a paper fanatic ever since I can remember. And I used to have a drawer full of paper, and I would make cards, and I would always have little 2-inch by 8-inch strips of paper or stacks of them, and I would think, no, I can't throw them away because they could be bookmarks or they could make great place cards. And then what became a drawer full of paper became a closet full of paper, and then it became a room full of paper, and then I just thought, okay, I just need to have a paper store. So now I have so much paper in my life. Okay, so now look what we have. We have a square. All right, so I'm going to start my fold, and this is an origami technique. You know what? I'm gonna put my glasses on. I'm just kind of fooling myself because I say to myself, well, I don't really need glasses, but you know, I think it's time that I almost have to wear them all the time. What do you think about these? Do you like them? You like them. Okay, all right, so I'm going to fold and make diagonal lines. Okay. And I made a diagonal line on the other side. All right, so now I have 2 diagonal lines. Okay, then I bet you some of you are thinking, I know what Wanda's making. I used to make these when I was a little kid, and yes, that is it. That is what we're making, these little fortune teller devices. Okay, so I'm going to fold on the horizontal, then I'm going to turn it around and fold it again to make creases. All right, so now I have this great pattern. All right, so now I'm going to take the edges, the corners, and I'm going to fold into this point, the point in the center. So I'm going to fold all 4 corners. And the key to this is really just starting out with a square. So that's first and foremost. Just make sure that whatever piece of paper that you're starting with, that you make an exact square, and don't skimp on that. Okay. This is a great project to do with kids, super fun, they love it. Okay, so then after I folded all 4 corners into the middle, then I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to fold these in. So using this paper, it becomes a little bit, because this paper is thick, I definitely need this bone folder to help me get the points down. But heck, you could do this with copy paper. In fact, you know, or school paper, lined paper, really anything. You don't need to use this fancy paper like I am. Okay. So now I've got this, and I'm going to just fold it in half once just to crease it, and fold it in half again. All right. And then ultimately I'm going to put my fingers in here, and then I have this great magical piece of paper. So now I'm going to undo this, and I'm going to use a gold pen. And so how to basically mark this oracle? Well, I'm going to put on one corner, let's see, this is the outside. Okay, so on one corner, I'm just going to put a circle. And then I'm going to put a square. And then I'm going to put a triangle on the other corner. I just love how this gold looks on this deep midnight blue. So beautiful. And then I'm going to put a crescent. You know, a star would be a nice shape. Okay. So I put shapes on the outside. Then on the other side, I'm going to put numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then I'm going to put questions on the inside, which will basically prompt journal prompts that are conducive for self-inquiry. So I have this little list that I made, and certainly you can put whatever you want to put in here, but let's see. So I'm just going to simply write in here. So one of the questions is, when do I feel most connected with myself? Right? Simply, when do I feel most connected with myself? When's the last time you even asked yourself that? I mean, it's very hard for us to find the time in our day-to-day to spend time with ourselves, to self-inquire. And I think that, especially in this day and age of our busyness and doing 100 things in a day, we don't allow ourselves time to connect. And then all of a sudden we lose touch with ourselves, who we are, what drives us, what feeds us, and so important to ask these questions of ourselves. So I have 8 questions that I'm going to write in here. So when do I feel most connected with myself? Question mark. Another one is, and this is about self-growth, what do I know to be true now that I didn't know a year ago? Okay. So I'm not going to write these all down on camera and bore you with the writing, because I actually made another one. So this is a finished one, right? I have, so how do we use these? Okay, well, Lise, I have an audience in the background, so I'm gonna play this with Lise. So, Lise, you're gonna be a voice in this video. All right. Okay, and you don't need to answer the question, but in the end. But okay, so this is a great activity to do with a friend. It's also a great activity just to do with yourself. You can do this with yourself, but since Lise is here, I'm going to play with her. Okay, so Lise, choose a shape.
The heart. Is that a heart?
No, it's a triangle, a square, a circle, or a circle? Okay, so spell it out. C-I-R-C-L-E. Okay, what number?
4.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What number again?
Hard to see, but if there's a 2 in there, I'll take a 2.
No, there's a 3, a 4, a 7, and an 8.
6. 7.
7. Okay, so this is the question. So number 7, because I look under the 7 flap, I read what I wrote, and it says, when do I feel the most connected to myself? Well, that is a really good prompt, and actually, I'll answer that. When do I feel the most connected to myself? I feel the most connected to myself when I'm practicing yoga. It is a modality that I have embraced completely. I actually teach yoga now. I got my teacher training certification about 4 years ago. I went through a 500-hour certification, and I continue to devote a good amount of time to my practice. I feel that that is something that speaks to me. It speaks to me not only physically, but more importantly, spiritually and mentally. And so that's when I feel most connected to myself. So the other questions that I have in this oracle are, what do I know now to be true that I didn't know 1 year ago? Another one is, when I look in the mirror, what do I see? It's a good one. Another one is, what did I indulge in recently that is not nourishing for my soul? It's a good one. The question under number 3, what childhood story do I still carry that doesn't serve me? The question underneath number 4 is, what is one thing I will do for myself today to care for me? Self-care, so important. Number 5 is, who can I give love and kindness to today? And to even make it further and more, what's the word? Not intense, but more meaningful is, who can I give love and kindness to today to someone that is challenging me? And under number 6, what truth can I reveal that will remove a weight off my shoulders? So often, and all of us, we carry so much on our shoulders, and if we could lift that, maybe through journaling, writing it down, writing through those issues, you can remove some of that weight. So those are the 8 questions I have in my oracle, and I think over time we'll revisit some other new questions, because I have lots of questions that I have for you that you can use for self-inquiry. All right? Okay. Thank you so much for coming. I really enjoyed making this with you. Oh, what was I doing? Okay. Okay. Thanks for coming. I will see you next week. All right. Bye.